So today we'll discuss about the peripheral nervous system. So here are your topics for this week. So this is the peripheral nervous system. So please look into your course books. Peripheral nervous system. So what is this? So with the central nervous system, CNS, which is also called as CNS, we have already learned about it, about CNS. And now we are going to learn in detail about this PNS, which is peripheral nervous system. So this PNS coordinates the action and responses in the body. It does this by sending signals from one part of the body to another. Neurons or nerve cells are basic units of PNS. Please underline this, it's important. Neurons or nerve cells are basic units of the PNS. The peripheral nervous system carries messages to and fro between the central nervous system and the rest of the body. Underline this also. Peripheral nervous system carries messages to and fro. Means it even sends a message and even it's carry the messages from central nervous system and the rest of the body. The peripheral nervous system consists of nerves that originate in the brain. So the nerves, they originate in the brain, especially in the case of peripheral nervous system, called the cranial nerves. What these nerves are called as? Cranial nerves. So cranial nerves and nerves of spinal cord known as spinal nerves. So the nerves of spinal cord are called as spinal nerve. The nerves of the nerves which arise from the brain are known as cranial nerves. Underline this also. The nerves which originate from the brain are called as cranial nerves, and the nerves which originate from the spinal cord are called as spinal nerves. Underlined? Okay. These cranial and spinal nerves serve as telephone wires that carry messages to and fro from each and every sensory part of the body. They act like a telephone wires. From the telephone wire, you can connect, you can call, you can even receive the messages from the other person who is far away from you. So this sensory nerves, they collect the information which is far away from your eyes, can see the object which is far away from you. You can sense the danger. If you are facing, you can see it, you can sense the danger. Then the sensory nerves will send the information to the brain to take the immediate action. Taking immediate action is also called as, yesterday we have discussed, taking immediate action is also called as immediate actions are also called as, yes, no one from you?
I remember from that word.
Reflex actions. Reflex actions, they are called as reflex actions. The immediate response which is carried out by the spinal cord. These immediate actions are called as reflex actions. I asked you to underline also. It is in page number 9. I asked you to underline. Have you underlined it? So from this we can conclude that you are not reading the book. When you're finishing, your classes are finished, then you're closing all your books, throwing it in a corner and enjoying a lot, isn't it? Having your lunch, then chilling out, watching TV. You're not going through the book. If you go through the book, then you'll remember it, what the teacher taught. Okay. So when you just go through the book, then the information which is collected during the class, the information which is being collected in your temporary memory, you can recollect it and store it in your permanent memory when you go through the book the next time. I mean, after when you get the time, the free time, then if you recall everything, when you go through the book, then you can collect the information. You can store it in your permanent memory. Okay. And now coming back to the
I
lesson.
do highlight it, ma'am. I have underlined. Yes,
Okay. Now
I
coming
think
back to lesson. So these spinal, cranial and spinal nerves, they act like a telephone wires. Why they are called as telephone wires?
at this fine
Ma'am,
because they
because the
communicate,
telephone
ma'am. Because they
helps
communicate
us
the
send and
messages,
receive the
ma'am.
message,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. They send
To and
messages,
fro.
give
Helps us
signals
message.
like that,
Helps us
ma'am.
send and receive
Yes,
messages.
they collect all the messages from the sensory part of the body and they send these messages to the brain. Again, they receive the message from the brain and they pass on to the sensory organs. So the to and fro work is done by these spinal and sensory nerves. Okay. The nerves that send the information from the brain to the muscles and other parts of the body are known as motor nerves. We have already learnt it also yesterday. So the nerves that send the information from the brain to the muscles and other parts of the body are known as motor nerves. Please underline it also. Motor nerves. I'll be showing you a video. Yesterday we were watching it. I think the time was finished. So we'll have a look at the video. I'll just show it to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday, I think we've
Ma'am,
seen.
Nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is the connecting link between the central nervous system and different body parts. The peripheral nervous system is formed of the nerves that extend from the central nervous system to different parts of the body, such as muscles, glands, etc. On the basis of their origin, peripheral nervous system consists of two types of nerves: cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cerebral or cranial nerves are the nerves that either emerge from or end into the brain. In humans, there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves, which are numbered from 1 to 12 in the order in which they emerge from the brain. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are: 1. Olfactory nerve, 2. Optic nerve, 3. Oculomotor nerve, 4. Trochlear nerve, 5. Trigeminal nerve, 6. Abducens nerve, 7. Facial nerve, 8. Auditory nerve, 9. Glossopharyngeal nerve, 10. Vagus nerve, 11. Spinal accessory nerve, 12. Hypo.
You want to note it down? Do not draw it, just write it down. Give the numbering and note down these nerves, the 12 pairs of nerve which emerge from the brain.
is it after writing notes, ma'am?
Yeah, it's just for your information.
Ma'am, ma'am, how to start it?
Ma'am, I
From,
took a
from number
screenshot.
one, from the number one, that you can start like this: the 12 pairs of nerves which emerge from the brain to the different parts of the body are the 12 pairs of nerves which
Ma'am,
arrange.
we also need to draw.
No need, no need of drawing. You can take a screenshot. Later on, you can, if you want, you can draw and then label it.
Ma'am, once can you repeat it? The 12 pairs of nerves.
It's not necessary, it's just for your knowledge sake.
Ma'am, can you repeat it, ma'am? The 12 pairs of
The 12
nerves
pairs
are.
of nerves which emerge from the brain to the different parts of the body are the 12 pairs of nerves which emerge from the brain to the different parts of the body are
After image, ma'am, am I audible?
yes,
Ma'am, once again, can you? I will check
yeah,
it.
sure, yeah, sure.
Glossal nerve. Olfactory nerve. It arises from the olfactory epithelium of the nasal chamber and enters the olfactory lobe of brain. It is responsible for the sense of smell. Optic nerve. Two optic nerves originate from the retina of the eyes and enter the diencephalon. These nerves are related to the sense of vision. Third and fourth, oculomotor and trochlear nerves arise from the floor of the midbrain, near cerebral peduncles, and innervate the eye muscles, muscles of the iris and tear glands. These control the movement and the rotation of the eyeball respectively. Trigeminal nerve. Trigeminal nerve originates from the ventral surface of the pons feruli. It then swells and forms gazerine ganglion and then divides into three branches: ophthalmic, maxillary and mandibular. Ophthalmic nerve enters the skin receptors of nose, forehead and eyelid. Maxillary nerve innervates skin receptors of cheeks, teeth and gums of upper jaw. Mandibular nerve terminates in the skin receptors of lower lip, lower jaw muscles and teeth and gums of lower jaw. Abducens nerve originates from the anterior side of medulla oblongata and goes up to external rectus eye muscle. It controls the rotation of the eyeball. Facial nerve arises from the lateral side of the medulla oblongata and swells to form geniculate ganglion. It then innervates facial muscles, salivary glands and neck. Facial nerve controls the facial expressions and activation of the salivary glands. Auditory nerve originates from the internal ear and terminates into the anterolateral side of medulla oblongata. It controls hearing and equilibrium. Glossopharyngeal nerve arises from the lateral side of medulla oblongata and stimulates the taste buds and salivary glands for the secretion of saliva. Vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve that arises from the lateral side of medulla oblongata and terminates into the wall of visceral organs like alimentary canal, heart, etc. Hence, it controls the activities such as sensation and movements of the visceral organs. Spinal accessory nerve originates from the lateral side of medulla oblongata and terminates into the muscles of pharynx, neck and shoulder. Hence, it controls the movement of these body parts. Hypoglossal nerve emerges from the medulla oblongata.
Usually we say that mostly the fruits or the food which we eat, the vegetables, either it might be nuts, so they resemble that particular part. Which type of nut resemble the brain then?
Walnut, ma'am.
Yeah.
Walnut,
Walnuts.
Usually
ma'am.
people say that if we eat more
Accrued.
walnuts, then we'll be more sharp.
Yes, ma'am. Our
Yes, ma'am,
memory.
accrued.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Memory
Our
will be good.
memory works better when we eat walnuts, ma'am.
Yes.
Brain will works very nice, ma'am.
Yes. So there
Yeah,
are
ma'am.
some types of fruits like usually your elders will guide you that you need to eat carrot because it will improve your
Our eyesight.
Ma'am, also like badam. These all
yes,
are healthy,
Badam
right?
Yeah,
also.
ma'am. Very
Kismis,
good.
Almonds also,
Yes,
ma'am. And
yes.
yes.
ladies'
pista,
finger,
They'll
pista, ma'am,
increase they'll
pista.
Yeah,
increase
ma'am. Very
your
good. Makes
Pista
health,
also,
ma'am.
ma'am, pista.
almonds and
Ma'am, you said
this
like
Pistas.
walnut. They'll increase
precautions
your memory.
on how to take care
Ma'am, also
of.
pista.
Yes,
Ma'am, you
pista.
said how to take care or precautions of our nerve system, yeah, ma'am. We need to
Yes.
do daily some exercises,
Yeah, sure. You need to do
and
exercise
we need
also.
to also take
Yeah,
some
ma'am.
rest.
Ma'am, also,
We
we have to
should
take
also
a
just
diet,
take
ma'am.
rest
Even
of
need to
In
sleep.
diet.
our
You even
diet, it should be
Ma'am, we
yes,
included
should
very
not
and
low
we
eat
need
fat.
to
any
we are
junk
also
food.
maintain our diet
Junk food,
very
ma'am.
well.
you can
So
tell
that's
one by one.
causing.
You can tell one by
Ma'am,
one.
Ma'am, can
can
I say?
I?
Ma'am,
First,
can
Ma'am,
I?
let's listen to Snitika first because she started first.
Yeah. So we
Okay,
need to
ma'am.
take the precautions of daily we need to do exercises. Regularly
Yes.
we need to do exercises
Yeah.
and we need to take some rest every day.
Yes.
It's like 10 to 20 minutes. And we
Mm-hmm.
need to also follow a proper diet
Yeah.
and we
So,
need to
how
also
many
eat a
hours we need to
balanced
sleep?
diet.
How many hours we need to sleep to give rest to our brain? Yes,
Ma'am, can
Nimita?
I say? Eight,
Ma'am, can I say minimum
ma'am,
7 to 9
Nimita.
hours,
8 ma'am.
ma'am.
7
8
to
to
7 to
8
9
9
hours.
hours.
hours, ma'am.
7
Yes,
to
7 to
8
8
or
7 to
hours.
8.
8 to 9 hours.
7 to 9 hours, ma'am.
7 to 8 hours is enough. Yes, Nitika, you
7
can
to 8.
continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes.
So these are the precautions, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Neha Darshi.
Yes, ma'am. We should not eat firstly the junk food.
Hmm. Yes.
Is it, ma'am?
Yeah.
And we have to eat the healthy foods like badam, almonds, pista,
Yeah.
like nuts, ma'am. Dried nuts.
Yes. Okay, Nehita. Nehita is raising the hand. Yes, Nehita.
Yes, ma'am. To maintain our nerve system very well, we have to take a diet. We have to maintain a proper diet,
Hmm.
and in that diet, we have to uh, take care about it has a low fat in it, and we have
Hmm.
to take vitamin sources just like vitamin B, D, and we have to
Even
protect
fats
our
also
nervous
necessary
system.
for the growing children. Fats also necessary for the growing children because they need more
Yeah,
amount of it.
ma'am, but
Yes, ma'am.
there will be a limit of taking fat.
Yeah.
It should be
Yes.
not over limited,
Ma'am,
not
also,
unlimited,
Yes.
and we have to make sure that our diet is
Yes, Nimira,
contains
I'll give you the
lots
chance.
of,
Please put your hand down. Yeah.
yeah, ma'am,
ma'am,
lots
one
of
point can I tell?
fresh vegetables,
Yeah. Let her
fruits,
finish.
and we have to eat grains also, rice,
Yes.
and a very important point is we have to drink plenty of water.
Yes. That's good. Okay. Yes. Now, Nimira.
Yeah, ma'am. For our brain to work well, ma'am, we should first things first, we should have lots of healthy fruits and vegetables
Hmm.
and full of vitamins and
Yes.
minerals
Yes.
so that our body works well. And we should drink lots of water. We should
Okay.
keep ourselves well hydrated.
Okay.
We should sleep for a limited amount of time, not too much or too less. We should do brain activities which help us sharpen our brain.
Yeah.
We should avoid eating food which is bad for our health.
Okay. This was about the
And
positive things. Yes.
Ma'am, I think we have to avoid oily food, ma'am.
Yes, we have to
yeah,
avoid oily
ma'am.
food. And these were all about the positive aspects. What about the negative things? What we must not do? What things
Ma'am, same
spoil
We
the
opposite
brain?
of
must
this.
not. Uh, we
What
should
are the
not
negative
eat the
aspects?
food which is bad to our health.
Also, we should Um, ma'am, all opposite, ma'am. Which we said positive,
All
they
the
are opposite.
opposite.
That's it, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay,
ma'am.
well, the negative aspects are we must not take alcohol, excessive alcohol, or we must not expose to the toxic substances, and even we must not do the cigarette smoking also.
Ma'am,
It's
we should
also
not
very
be near
harmful.
the pollution, ma'am. We should not
Yeah,
be near
we must
pollution.
avoid pollution. I mean, we must not be prone. We must not go out without mask.
Ha,
So
ma'am. Now in this
all these
situation.
will harm the
We must
brain.
avoid coronavirus.
Yeah. So, what happens to the nervous system? So, we'll go through this. I hope there are still 3 minutes more. So, I'll just discuss it with you. So, the nervous system is one of the complex body systems that require attention and care. The damage of nerves, especially it's called as neuropathy in the nervous system, can lead to numbness. What are the symptoms of this? If the nerves are damaged, what are the symptoms which we can see, which we can act to quickly? How we can come to know, especially the numbness or the burning sensation or sharp pain in the head region, or if you're feeling the sensitivity to touch, like if you're feeling so much of pain, if you are just if you keep your leg on a very small rock, if you're feeling very sharp pain in your feet or in any area, then you'll think that you're very sensitive towards the touch. Then you must be very quick, then you have to go and visit to a doctor, so that you can go to a checkup where in which part of your brain is not working properly, so that you're feeling very even you can feel the muscle weakness also. Muscle weakness will also be there if your nerves are not working properly, if there is any problem. A malfunctioning of nervous health can cause behavioral problems also, like infections and tumors inside the brain, if the nerves are not functioning proper, or if the oxygen supply is not proper inside the brain. So to take care of this, like now, just now, which all you have discussed, what type of food you have to take in, what type of precautions you have to take in order to keep your brain work fast and keep your brain healthy. So you need to take in the balanced diet. It includes good levels of B12 and vitamin D. You need to take in more healthy food. Even you need to take in the healthy food which have fat in it. Okay, so you need to follow a diet, eating pattern, the timings, at what time you are eating. So you must not eat very late, like you're having your breakfast at 11 o'clock, you're having your breakfast very late, and you're having your lunch at 3 o'clock, and your dinner at 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So it's a very bad habit. So your mechanism will disturb, because it depends, it's connected to your brain. Your brain will be working, your brain will be giving instructions to the parts that you need to digest it early. If you're eating your food early at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, then your digestive system will be working very fast. Then you need to take rest sharp at 9 o'clock. You need to go to bed at 9 o'clock. Then your brain will instruct your organs that yes, so now the person is sleeping, you also need to take rest. So your body parts will be slowed down. So in the same way, just like you'll switch off your background in your mobile, I'm talking about in your mobile, if the apps are not working, you're not using them, then you'll keep it in a sleeping mode, isn't it? You'll keep it in a sleeping mode in order to not to lose your battery. So in the same way, your brain will give instructions to all the organs that yes, the person is sleeping. So you need to slow down your work now. The digestive system will not work because you're sleeping. It won't work. You'll not eat. You'll not feel hunger while you're sleeping, isn't it? Do you feel hunger? No.
No, ma'am.
So the organs will also take rest. They'll also be in a inactive mode. So the brain will control each and everything. So they'll be healthy when you give them the chance. So so the proper timing you have to follow. You have to sleep at proper time, you have to take the food at proper time in order to be healthy. So there are a few games which make your brain very sharp, like the Sudoku or the word search or the crossword. And even you have to play chess also in order to uh, process your brain, in order to make your brain think more. So when you're activating your brain, when you're asking your brain to do more work, more like you need to solve something, then your brain will become more fast, the cells will be activated.
Concentration will be there.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry. And you must avoid alcohol, you must do more exercise, you must sleep well, you must have healthy diet, and you have to go a regular checkup if you're having facing any problem like a stomach ache or any problems related to your brain. If you're getting more headache, then you need to visit a doctor. Avoid cigarette smoking and alcohol. So I hope you have understood this session, this topic.
Yes, ma'am.
This was
Tomorrow.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.